Hello guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so glad you did. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this video. As you can tell by the title of this video, it's a much requested video. The differences between my false cryptic pregnancy or phantom pregnancy in 2016, the differences between that and my now standard pregnancy. Of course, I want to let everyone know that this is going to be a TMI video. I am going to go into detail of what I'm experiencing during this pregnancy, and so if you don't want to hear that stuff, please click out now. But let's just dive right in. So for one of the biggest differences between my phantom pregnancy in 2016 and this now standard pregnancy is that I tested positive 8 days after I missed my period. Now with my phantom pregnancy, I never got positive test results. I did a lot of different tests and never got any kind of, not even a faint line, nothing. Sorry, I'm still getting over a cold. But yeah, I never experienced any kind of a positive result, but I also never missed a period because I never started my first postpartum period. At the time that I thought or had suspicions of being pregnant, or at the time that I experienced my false cryptic pregnancy, I was only 6 months postpartum and I was still breastfeeding my son, and that's why I had not started my first postpartum period. Like nothing, like no spotting, nothing. So that's one of those two things are the major differences between this pregnancy and my false cryptic pregnancy or phantom pregnancy. Now, with this pregnancy, I've experienced some nausea, not as much as I experienced with my first two pregnancies by far, but I've experienced a lot more vomiting. And I don't experience nausea with the vomiting. I just randomly throw up. It's really fun. Sorry, I keep looking over here because my notes are right here. Sorry. So, with my phantom pregnancy, I experienced some nausea, not as intense as it's been when I do experience it, but I've never actually just threw up during my phantom pregnancy. I never threw up one time during my phantom pregnancy. I just felt like I was going to throw up. So that's the differences there. During this pregnancy, I really didn't feel like my uterus had grown significantly until I was around 12 weeks pregnant. That's when I could feel like my lower abdomen shape and firmness had changed, notably, like enough for me to be like, okay, yes, like there's a difference here. During my phantom pregnancy, I felt as if my uterus was growing from 6 weeks pregnant on. So there's a difference there, because this time I felt my uterus was growing, but I couldn't really tell you that there was like a difference in how I felt pushing or bending over or just general like being in the bed or anything like that. It felt exactly the same. When I was experiencing my phantom pregnancy, my uterus felt different, very, 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 very different from the time that I thought I was 6 weeks pregnant on. So this time, I've experienced episodes of disgust or like grossed out by like random things. I get grossed out by like the thought of having to walk to the kitchen, or needing to put on chapstick. Just like random things. Like, and the episode of like grossed out feeling is very, very, very intense. It's almost like nausea, but it's not. It's different. And during my phantom pregnancy, I never experienced anything like this, not even close. Like, nothing like, I've never experienced anything like this, period. This grossed out feeling, like it's almost like food aversion, but it's aversion to like random stuff. Okay, so now that I am in my second trimester, I am 14 weeks pregnant, so I am officially in my second trimester. I can't suck it in. Like, I cannot suck in my lower stomach at all. Like, even if I'm like, oh, I really want to fit in these pants just because I really want to fit in them, it's not going to happen. Like, the stomach is there, it's there. So during my phantom pregnancy, I could still suck in my stomach, my lower abdomen. I could suck it in to adjust to clothing at 14 weeks pregnant, or what I thought was 14 weeks pregnant. So that's a big difference, a very big difference. This pregnancy, my breasts are very full. They're itchy, they're heavy, they're hot. My nipples are wider, and just all in general, my breasts just hurt. They are painful. Sometimes I want to cry. During my phantom pregnancy in 2016, my breasts were a little more sensitive, but I was still breastfeeding at the time, and the really only difference, the only thing that changed with my breasts was that I felt like my nipples were getting a little more sensitive, and that I felt like my milk supply was being affected. But as far as like being itchy, heavy, full filling, wider, I didn't experience any of that because they were always full of milk. So during this pregnancy, I experienced breathlessness. I don't know if you can tell in this video. And I experienced dizziness when I get up too fast from the couch, you know, like to go run to get one of my sons something, or I'll experience a little bit of dizziness, especially if I haven't eaten. If I'm a little bit dehydrated, I'll experience it. During my phantom pregnancy, I experienced dizziness when I would bend over and stuff, but I never experienced breathlessness. So during this pregnancy, I am 14 weeks pregnant as of yesterday, and I still have not felt baby move. Like, nothing significant where I'm like, oh, yep, that is definitely my baby in there moving. That can't be explained by anything else. Yeah. But during my phantom pregnancy, by 12 weeks, I had felt the baby move. I felt the baby flip. There was no baby there. With my first two pregnancies, I felt my sons very early on in the pregnancy. Like almost 13 weeks. So that's why I'm like almost 14 weeks, and I'm like, I still really haven't felt anything that I'm like, oh yeah, that's for sure the baby. Hold on. Okay, so this pregnancy, I have experienced a weakened immune system. I have experienced 3 colds in 10 weeks. So, it's intense. That's less than 3 months, and I have had 3 colds, including the flu. So let's just say this pregnancy is a little harder to compare to my false cryptic pregnancy or phantom pregnancy, because I didn't experience any extended colds or flus during that time. And I thought that I was pregnant. I thought I was falsely pregnant for 5 consecutive months, from the middle of January until the end of May. I was convinced that I was pregnant, and I didn't experience any kind of colds or flus. I'm 14 weeks pregnant, and I have experienced 3 colds in this time period. It's been super intense. the amount of mucus because I mean, in pregnancy, your mucous membrane starts to make more mucus anyways. I experienced that in both of my son's pregnancies. So I feel like getting a cold when you're pregnant and that's already happening, it's so much more intense. And I think it kind of aggravates it and keeps it going. I didn't experience any kind of like crazy mucus production during my phantom pregnancy at all. Like I said, I didn't get any kind of illness or sickness or cold or flu or sinus infection or anything close to that during my phantom pregnancy. So that to me is a big difference, just because living through 3 colds in 10 weeks is super intense. But this pregnancy I've been having headaches, and that could be because I've been experiencing so many colds. But during my phantom pregnancy, I experienced absolutely no headaches at all. During this pregnancy, if I experienced some food aversion, I have, sorry, I'm out of breath. I have, like looked forward to eating something, and as soon as I get it, I'm like, oh, I don't want anything to do with that. And that's happened like 3 or 4 times this pregnancy, and during my phantom pregnancy, I didn't have any food aversions at all. I could eat anything I wanted at any point in time. And like I said, I never had to worry about throwing up, because I never threw up during my phantom pregnancy. During this pregnancy, my belly and my breasts have been very, very itchy. I can feel the skin stretching, and it's super, super itchy. All I want to do is scratch, 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 but I can't. So I'm constantly rubbing lotion, trying to keep coconut oil, trying to keep my skin hydrated so I'm not so itchy. During my phantom pregnancy or my false cryptic pregnancy back in 2016, I did not experience any kind of itching whatsoever. Nothing abnormally itchy the way I've been experiencing it recently. I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying, because I know my voice sounds very different. Okay, so that is the differences between this pregnancy, my standard pregnancy, and my false cryptic pregnancy or phantom pregnancy back in 2016, up to 14 weeks. Now, if anything changes, because like I said earlier, I did think that I was pregnant up until like 18 to 20 weeks pregnant. So if anything changes from 14 to 20 weeks, I will be doing another differences video, comparing and contrasting. I do plan on doing a similarities video, so stay tuned for that. That should be interesting, the things that are similar in this pregnancy compared to my false cryptic pregnancy or phantom pregnancy back in 2016. So if you're interested in watching that, please stay tuned. If you have any questions about my standard pregnancy, my current pregnancy, currently pregnant with my 3rd child. If you have any questions about that, please leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions about my phantom pregnancy or my false cryptic pregnancy that I experienced back in 2016, please leave those in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps somebody. I hope you get some information. If you need me to go into more detail about any of these differences up into 14 weeks, please leave those in the comments below, or email me or private message me through Facebook or Instagram. I am always open and available to any and all questions.
I got my princess.
That's so cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're well. I hope you're healthy. Thank you again. Be safe. Stay blessed, friends. Bye.